Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today is how do you motivate a lazy sales team? How do you motivate a lazy sales team? Or maybe if you're watching, you're a salesperson, is that you? Maybe. I'll give you some thoughts on that in a second. So before we get into it, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission, here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. If you've already done that, thank you for doing that. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And for you folks who are looking to open a new gym and you need funding, if you have an existing gym, you need operating capital, we can help with funding up to $400,000 in funding, completely unsecured, no restrictions on use. Minimum credit scores of 680 or better in all three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and a minimum of $50,000 per year income each of the two previous years. Check the links below under financing and funding. We have several different options on there, depending on your situation, but we can certainly help you, get the funding you need because, the thing you want to remember, you're never going to cut your way into growth. Make sure you're properly funded, whether you're getting started or you're operating on a daily basis. So with that said, let's jump into our topic here. How do you motivate a lazy sales team? And, I've walked into many situations where, they brought me on board and the idea, hey, Jim, can you get us turned around? Can you get us back on track? And the first thing they'll say so often, well, you're going to have to fire this person. These guys are all lazy. They don't do anything. And one of the things I've come to learn over the years, I don't know if there really is such a thing as a lazy sales team. Maybe unmotivated, maybe poor communication, maybe low expectations. Okay, I've never really met anyone that doesn't want to have success, and part of what our job is as management is we want to create an atmosphere that allows a motivated person to act. Okay, doesn't mean there's not discipline, doesn't mean you don't have to have difficult conversations at times, but create an atmosphere that allows a motivated person to act. And I can give you, just as we kind of start this off, I can give you a couple examples. I remember walking into a club one time where I think the vice president of the company had been demoted and was going to become the manager. And the manager had been demoted and was now going to be a salesperson. And I was walking in just kind of just casually, really, not really official meeting at that point. And but I was told, probably that we're going to have to fire the manager that had been demoted for a host of reasons. All these things they've done wrong, and they're not hard worker, and they're lazy, and all that. And I got in there, and I'm talking to those folks, and got done. I came back out, and I said, I think we got it backwards here. I think the guy you think should be the manager probably shouldn't, and the one you think should be fired probably shouldn't. And so that's the direction we took. It ended up being the right decision. And I'll never forget having a conversation, the gentleman that we had chosen, that I had chosen, to say, we need to keep him, and here's why I think so. I had a conversation with him. I said, what's the difference? Look how good you're doing now. And before, they were the one that they wanted me to fire you first day because of all these reasons. And his answer to me was, well, Jim, no one ever really explained it to me before. His answer to me was, you kind of scared me straight. Okay, so think about that just a bit. Okay, and then I recall another group that we got involved with, and they had a full team and really nice high-end facility. Had I think 5 reps in there, and the message again was, you probably will end up having to replace all of them. And I'm thinking, gosh, if I have to replace all of them, we'll never get this place turned around. I want to limit the turnover. I want to figure out what we've got here. And they were not performing. Certainly they were not performing. But you know what? They needed to make money. They were all good folks. Okay? And we went in there and we kind of changed some things around because part of what we're trying to do is how can I influence behavior? How can I influence the behavior of a sales team? How can I influence the behavior of customers? Okay, and how can we create that atmosphere that allows a motivated person to act? And we ended up taking a club that the best they'd ever done, I think, was 75 sales in a month. And first month we did 212, okay, with the same people. The ones that everyone thought was too lazy. So I'm kind of making a case here a little bit that I don't know if they're always lazy. There's other reasons. And so what can we do? Okay, what can we do? Let's look at ourselves first, okay? Because that's the one thing, for sure we can absolutely control. So let's talk about a few things here. So number one on my list of the topic, how do you motivate a lazy sales team? Always recognize and reward good performance. Always recognize and reward good performance. And I can tell you something that I have done since the very first day I went into management. Every single time a sale was made, and it didn't matter what the circumstances were, they could have missed 20 in a row prior to this. We could be having the worst day ever. They make that sale. I'm going to shake their hand and I'm going to say thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that sale every single time. That's an easy thing to do. Doesn't cost anything. When people know they're appreciated, when people know their efforts are appreciated, more often than not, they're going to respond. So look for ways to always recognize and reward good performance. And you can have sales contests and you can have incentives. That's all good too. But look at other things. And again, my favorite historically has been, I'm going to shake their hand every time, not tomorrow for a sale they made yesterday. Right now, as soon as it happens, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So always recognize and reward good performance. Have team solutions for team issues. Have team solutions for team issues. So what's our team issue? Well, let's just say, our goal is to do 100 sales. And we're tracking production every day. That's our goal. We're only projecting 65. What's our plan to do this? What's our plan to do this? We might need a little 2-day campaign or a 3-day campaign to get these numbers up, but we're going to do it as a group. We're going to do it as a team. Okay? But have team solutions, for team issues. Number 3, bring in the fun. Make this fun. If it's not fun, boy, it's hard to want to get up and do it. Okay, we have to enjoy it. Bring the fun back to it. Make it a game, make it a sport, make it a contest. I can tell you one of the things that I did at one particular club, and this was unique to this club, and the money we spent on this, we just took it out of the marketing budget. Excuse me. And this was a club that did okay. It wasn't doing great, but they had plenty of leads, but they weren't calling them back enough. They didn't know what to say, and customers didn't have that incentive. So there were several things in there that we had to look at. Okay, and there was some training that had to be done in there. But what we did is something that I called it a 3-5 day. And what a 3-5 day was, you make 3 sales today. As soon as you make the 3 sales, you're going to get a $50 cash bonus, and you can leave for the day. Because if I did that every single day based on that particular club, we were going to break sales record. Okay, so 3 sales, you get a $50 bonus. But you know what? I don't want you to leave, even though that's part of the incentive. I really don't want you to go. So here's what I'll also say. If you decide you want to stick around, you can turn that 3 into 5. Instead of giving you a $50 bonus, I'll give you a $100 bonus. Because as a group, I wanted them to start to be thinking bigger, start to be thinking about making money now, starting to think about making sales now. And you don't have to do it exactly like that, but think about things that can kind of give those incentives. Bring the fun back to this. Have a good time with it. Look for the good. Okay. Number 4, understand your team as individuals. Understand your team as individuals. And what I mean by this is get to know these folks. And on our end, we need to be authentic. We need to be transparent. We need to have empathy. But we need to understand our team as individuals. What kind of goals do they have personally? What kind of goals do they have professionally? Okay? And with that, why are those goals important to them? What's that mean to them? What's it going to mean to them to accomplish all that? And we want to understand that because this is going to help us manage. It's going to help us motivate. Maybe if someone comes to us and wants time off, and maybe ordinarily it might kind of grind us a little bit, but in this particular case, hey, we understand what's happening, okay? And maybe we can do it. So understand your team as individuals. The other big thing I'll kind of plug into that is that your staff, this really is your number one asset. Your staff is your brand. And you're looking to kind of create a culture that really separates yourself from everybody else out there. And why should I want to go to work for you? Okay, what makes you so special? You want to know those answers, okay, but you want to be able to quantify it. Okay, you just can't be, I'm the best. Okay, number 5 on how do you motivate a lazy sales team is change the training focus. Change the training focus. Change the focus on what we're doing. And so here's what I mean a little bit on this is too often we're focused on we need new members. And so all we're doing, we're looking for new members. Well, that's not the easiest thing to do. What I'm looking for, I just want to get someone to walk in the front door. Because you walk in the front door, hey, my attitude, my process, my enthusiasm, my belief, my energy, my conviction, everything you're going to see in the gym, we're going to bring that customer up, to our level of passion, our level of belief. And you know what? Decent chance they're going to decide they want to become part of the program. Okay? If I'm just looking for folks that are ready to buy, that's a tough chore. And that can get you to not want to pick up the phone. That can get you to not want to prospect or not want to take people through. Okay? I build into it the failure. Okay? Let's just say you're closing at 50%. Okay? And probably you're doing better, but let's just say it's 50 and I need 100 sales this month. Well, all I really need to do, if I know the math and all that math plays out, I just need to get 200 people to walk in that front door. Let's do that. And now follow the process, have a great attitude, and you're going to hit your numbers. So you start changing the focus a little bit, and you start change how you train on that just a little bit. Okay? Now you can take that person that maybe you thought was lazy, and maybe they're really not. Because again, I've had sales teams that I was told you're going to have to get rid of them. Within 30 days, people are thinking, this is one of the best teams of all time. Well, what changed? How we chose to create that environment changed. And then number 6, how do you motivate a lazy sales team? Take a look in the mirror. Accountability. If you're the leader, or if you're one of the individuals, you can be accountable too. But take a look in the mirror. Accountable. Okay? The one thing you have absolute 100% control over is you. You can change how you think. You can change how you think about a person, how you interact with them, your decisions that you make. Change how we do things. Because we can influence the behavior of our staff. We can influence, the behavior of our team. And one of the things that I always think about on this is when you're trying to motivate a team, we have to be sold ourselves. Okay? Because part of our job, okay, when we've got staff that are working for us, the way I look at this is, what is my job? My job is to give 100% of my efforts to make somebody as good as they can be. That's my job. Okay? The second I can't do that, now we have some decisions to make, but I need to give 100% of my efforts. And so let's just don't push it off on them. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're not motivated. What can I do to change this environment, to change that? What can I do to give more to make them better? Okay? Because the more we can build up a person's confidence, the more we can build up their self-esteem, their belief, their hope, they're going to do better. So let's take responsibility. So my last tip, take a look in the mirror. Might be the hardest one to do, for a lot of folks. A lot of times it is, because that issue of accountability, because a lot of times these sales folks, they've got the same issue. We have to fix it. Oh, it's the marketing. Oh, it's the club. Oh, it's the owner. Oh, it's the weather. Oh, it's the time of the year. No. It's you. because that's the only thing you have control over. Okay, so folks, appreciate you being here. How do you motivate a lazy sales team? Listen to that a few times. See what you think. I'd love to hear back from you on that. And again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here today on the channel. And if you've not yet done so, take a moment, please. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. If you've already done it, thank you for doing it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then again, for you folks that are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You have an existing operation, you need funding. We can help with funding up to $400,000 that is unsecured and no restrictions on use. Minimum credit scores of 680 or better in all 3 credit bureaus. Minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years, and we can help you get it done. So check out those links below, financing and funding. There's several different options you have, depending on your circumstances. And again, appreciate you being here on the channel today, and we look forward to seeing you all in that next session.